Hi YouTube, here is my 1988 Kirby Heritage 2 Legend. Now, the Heritage 2 Legend was supposed to be the last Kirby Classic series before the Generation series, but people were complaining that they hadn't had a new model in a while because the Heritage 2 came out in 1984 and it was almost 1989 when the Legend 2 came out. So apparently people were complaining for Kirby to bring out a new model. So all they did was change the colours of the Heritage 2 and called it the Legend 2. That's basically all they did. But anyway, the Heritage 2 Legend was supposed to be the last Classic Series Kirby. And as this is the second phase of the Heritage 2, the original one was slightly different in design details, but it's the same machine and same colour. Design details such as the belt lifter, as you can see where there it says Legend. On the Heritage 2 belt lifter, it would have just been a silver and red stripe pattern here, and it would have had a little circular emblem which said Turbo on it to indicate that it came with a zip brush. I'm not sure if the Heritage 2 Legend came with a zip brush, but it might have done. Also, the Heritage 2 plate thing here, where it says Heritage 2 there, on the original Heritage 2, that would have been silver instead of a black background. The Heritage 2 lettering would have still been in red, but that plate would have been silver. The handle was slightly different. On the Heritage 2 there was sort of like a grid type design that went up to about here. It was very 80s looking, and it would have said Kirby in white and it would have been a bit further up about there, and this red border wouldn't have been as bold as that. Couple of other things that were different. It would have said Kirby Heritage 2 on the bag topper on the original model, whereas this is the Heritage 2 Legend, so it says Heritage 2 and Legend there. And the only other difference is the toe touch control. On the Heritage 2 Legend, the background is black with red writing. On the original Heritage 2, it would have been a red background with silver writing, and the same for the numbers there. And while we're at the toe touch control, I thought I'd mention, and most of you probably know, that these Heritage 2 and Legend 2 toe touch controls, which say Micromatic on them, were very problematic, and I know that rhymes, but they tended to slip. This one's not, well, I was going to say it's not too bad, but obviously fate decided for it then. Yes, it can slip, but there is a lot of weight leading forward on that. But when you tilt the handle back and then do it, see, it doesn't slip. So they can be a bit temperamental on these Heritage 2 models and Legend 2 models. But anyway, this is the second phase of the Heritage 2. Same machine but slightly different design details. And as I say, the Heritage 2 Legend was supposed to be the last Classic series, hence the Legend letter in there, or the name I should say. So anyway, this machine is quite reminiscent to me really, because my mum's friend had, and still has, a Heritage 2 Legend. She bought it way back in the 80s. She arranged a home demo because one of her friends had a Kirby. I think she said they had the Heritage, but she said that she tried it and she really liked it, so she went for one. Where on earth she got the money from to pay for it, I have no idea, but anyway, she's still got it. She said she's got a Dyson now that she uses more regularly, and that just stresses me out slightly. But anyway, here it is. So I have polished this up slightly, but I did buy that Mother's mag and aluminium polish, or aluminum if you're American, and it does a really good job, the Mother's polish. I will recommend it. It shines it up very nicely. I'm still going to give it another polish because there's some oxidization spots that I haven't got out yet, but anyway, anybody that knows Kirby's knows that they are fully functional, so you can take this cleaner head off here and put the hose on, or the shampoo rug renovator system, or a handy butler if you're lucky enough to own one. But anyway, to take the head off, you raise the headlight hood and it does stay up. It didn't when I first got it, but I tapped this pressure pin back through to put the tension back on it. You may or may not have seen the video I made of that, but quite often these did fall down. They wouldn't stay up over time. So there's a little diagram here telling you what to do if you're not sure. So it says raise the nozzle to the highest position and turn the belt lifter left or counterclock. Well, if you're American you'd say counterclockwise, but in the UK we say anti-clockwise. But anyway, you turn it all the way to the left until the belt off arrows line up. Can you see that? No? Well anyway, there's an arrow there on the belt lifter and that matches up with the belt off arrow. So basically what happens is that there's a little hook inside this belt lifter here, and as you turn it round, the hook picks up the belt and takes it off the motor shaft, similar to the hose adapter on a Hoover Junior. When you put the hose connector on and you twist it round, it takes the belt off so you can plug the hose in. So it's a similar principle. Anyway, you turn the accessory lock once you've turned the belt lifter and the power nozzle comes off. So here's the motor shaft and the fan with the it's a Kevlar fan, or in more basic terms, plastic. I believe the Tradition was the last model to use the metal fan. I could be wrong, but anyway, you've got a little safety switch here which you either need an attachment hose or the power head on the front to engage this safety switch, because if you plug this in and turned it on now, nothing would happen. This little power light would come on, but the motor wouldn't run. So there's the attaching bar that you either attach the power nozzle, rug renovator or hose to. There's a serial number here, you might be able to see that. So it says 38808. Now the 3 indicates the production plant that it was made in, so either Ohio or Texas or wherever. The 88 is the year it was made, so 1988, and the 08 is the month, so this is made in August 1988. And the 05181 is the production number, so this is 05181 off the production line. So I was gonna show you how to take this nozzle off and change the belt, but that'll just take too long. So all you do is turn the belt lifter back to the belt on position, undo these latches and pull this nozzle plate out, and then the belt, you take the brush roll out of the nozzle plate and then slide the belt off, put a new belt on, and then put it all back together in the reverse order. So that's that. And that just hooks back on like so. So on top of the power nozzle here you'll see there is a little LED light. Kirby call that a BPI, which means Brushroll Performance Indicator, and that tells you whether or not the brush roll is spinning. So there's a little generator inside the power nozzle, and there's a magnet on the brush roll. And when the brush roll is spinning fast enough, it runs past this generator and causes this light to illuminate green. And if the belt's stretched, the brush roll won't be able to turn as fast, which means this light will either flicker, or if the brush roll stops altogether, the light won't come on. And that's supposed to help you determine whether the brush roll's turning or not. It's a bit gimmicky if you ask me, because you can really hear the agitation on this, and you'd hear if it was spinning or not. On older models, such as the Classic 3, I believe, and Tradition, they had a little window in here which you could look at to see if the belt was on the motor pulley or not. So obviously you've got a headlight there, which is 21 watt bulb, 12 volt. Toe touch control, which I explained before, so it has 8 positions, so that's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. At the back here is a handle tilt latch. When it's set in the centre position and you lower the handle, it will lower all the way down so you can get under furniture. When you push it to the left, this little pin comes out, and when you recline the handle to a certain position, it stops and lifts the front of the Kirby up to get over door thresholds and such. When you move it back to the centre, you can lower the handle all the way down and then move the tilt latch to the left, like so, and that locks the Kirby, the handle down like that, so you can store it in a vertical position. Why on earth you would do that, I have no idea, but I suppose it's for storage. But I've never seen anybody store a vacuum on the bumper before, unless you have a collection of them and you're running out of space and you have to stand them on the bumper. But anyway, at the back here we have the cable which runs up the back of the handle, as it does on all Kirbys, and it's sort of like a kettle lead which just plugs in at the bottom there. So if there was a breakage in this anywhere, you'd have to replace the entire cable, because you can't fix that back on. You could attach one of those connector box things, which you strip 2 ends of the wire and connect them into this little white box, and it'd work that way. It'd look a bit, it'd be a bit of an eyesore, but there you go. Foot operated on off switch. Bag at the back here, full length zip, and it does have a Micron Magic bag in it, and these are supposed to be for the G4 and G5, but they do fit in the Heritage 2, and they're a little bit short for this bag. The older ones would have been yellow that were for this model, and they would have gone right to the top and right to the bottom of the outer bag, but they were only single layer thick, so they weren't very good at filtering. You can see there's the fill tube and the bag connector, which is the twist style. I won't take that off because I won't be able to get it back on otherwise, because I don't have the luxury of having a tripod, so wish I did, but never mind. So you can see there on the bag topper it says Heritage 2 Legend. Here's the mini Emptor. On the Heritage and older Classic series, you would have had a full-size Emptor which you could twist a latch on the bottom of it and bring the tray out and empty it that way. And that worked, and that was originally designed so you could empty the bag, because they didn't use paper bags. The Heritage 2, sorry, not the Heritage 2, the Tradition was the first Classic series to use disposable bags. And before that, they were just shakeouts, so you'd have to unhook them and shake them, and then you'd undo the Emptor at the bottom and empty the little tray which would have had the dirt on it. The Tradition and Heritage still had the full-size Emptor, even though they used paper bags, but it was designed to catch larger particles. Anything that you picked up would have just gone into the bag, but anything heavy would have got trapped in the Emptor. But on the Heritage 2, they decided to change it and call it the Mini Emptor. So it doesn't open at the bottom, you just basically twist it off and empty any particles out that have got trapped in here. And then you just twist it back on when you're done. So that was that. And one other thing I didn't mention was that there's a little slot here, and that's what, well, I believe Kirby call this the Kirby Bank. So when you were cleaning, you could put any loose change in the back of the handle there and collect it all up. So you could undo this thumb screw here and then get your change out, and that was supposed to be to save up for belts and bags and things. So that's that. Now let's have a look underneath at the ratings plate. First of all, I'll show you the brush roll. You can see this is a double row brush roll, so there's rows of bristles on either side. On the Heritage and earlier Classic series models, it would have only had one row of bristles. On the other side there would have been nothing basically. So it would have only had one row of bristles on one side. And it would have only had a guard for the belt there. They wouldn't have had these other two tracks here in the nozzle plate. So if I turn this over this way so you can see better. Can you see that now? Hang on. It's not very good, is it? Let's have a look. So as you can see, Heritage 2, Model 2HE, made under one or more US patents, other patents pending in the United Kingdom, France and Australia. 240 volts, 50 to 60 Hz, 485 watts in carpet mode, or 2.2 amps, 560 watts in hose mode, or 2.3 amps. Cleveland, Ohio, Scott Fetzer Company, and Kirby. So yes, these are made in the USA, which is a very good thing. Most things now are made in China, but Kirby's are still produced in the USA, which is a good thing. So these are the attachments that you get. This is the old attachment kit. Now I don't have the Kirby Caddy, tool caddy thing. I'm going to try and find one of those on eBay or something, and so I can put the tools stored properly. So anyway, you've got the crevice tool, which has the little brush on the end. I've no idea why they give you this brush. It's almost useless, to say the least. So you can remove this brush and just use it as a crevice tool, just like that. But that's that. You've got the floor nozzle, the older floor nozzle, which got a bristle along the front of it there, or the inside should I say, and you can twist this little lever which says up and down. So when the bristles are down, that's for when you use it on hard floors, and you put them up if you want to use it on carpet, you know, to get under sofas and things. And obviously to use this you couldn't just use it like that. You'd have to use this, which is the elbow end, which that end swivels, and this elbows it up so it's at the right position for the wand. So this longer end goes into the floor nozzle. The extension wand, you only got one with this older toolkit, but it's a long wand anyway. The wand went into this elbow end here, still the push and twist fit. You would then put the curved end into the wand, and then the hose are going to the end of the curved one, so that would be your floor tool attachment when you want to use it as a cylinder cleaner or a canister cleaner. So you know it does swivel, so you can sort of get low, if you see what I mean. So that's that. you've got the air intake guard when you want to use it as a blower, the wall and ceiling brush, upholstery tool, inflator deflator tool, massage cup, dusting brush, portable handle, and the Sudzo gun, or otherwise known as the portable sprayer and portable shampooer. And of course you have the attachment hose. Whoops. So as I say, you would have had a little caddy called the Kirby Caddy, which to store all these tools in, but mine didn't come with that. You have the rug renovator, or as they called this on the Generation series, the carpet shampoo system. But what it is basically is a dry foam shampooer. You've got the nozzle here, and you've got the tray assembly, so it's got a shield which prevents any splatters of water or foam getting into the motor. And then you've got your belt there, which turns the brush, which works the foam into the carpet. So you've got the tank, which you fill with the dry foam carpet shampoo. And when you attach this hose to the tank here, which has a sud screen which creates the foam, you attach this hose here to the tank, and you attach this end to the tray, and foam would come through this hose, which was generated by that sud screen, and come through under the tray here, and the brush would work into the carpet, and it would dispense foam for the full width of the tray because it has a squeegee along the back there. And of course you could use it as a floor polisher or carpet fluffer by attaching the floor polisher / carpet fluffer brush roll into the nozzle there, which it does fit in. And get it in with one hand. Nope, doesn't want to go in, does it? There we are. So that's what you'd use if you're going to use it as a carpet fluffer or floor polisher. But that's that anyway, that's the rug renovator. So I won't get into all that because that'll just take too long. So I will demonstrate the machine now. And because it's daylight, you won't be able to see the headlights. That rhymes. No, but anyway, you won't be able to see the headlights shining on the carpet as if it would if it was dark, but oh well, it does work though. So you got a quick release cord hook, and the cord is very long. It's about 10 meters. And for some reason on the Heritage 2, I'm not sure if it was like this on the older classic series, but the cable is very thick. It's you'll find if you cut this open, it's got like a sort of like a twine rope wrapped around the inner cables, and then this plastic casing on the outside, so it's really thick. I'm not sure if I like that. It'll grow on me, I think, but anyway, I'll probably have to switch hands with the camera here. I'll just demonstrate it in action, and then I'll quickly show you the hose. So here goes. And again, that rhymes. I'm very good with my rhythms today, aren't I? Anyway, here we go. there we have it. And of course, if you want to use the tools, you just get the hose. And I'm not sure if this is sort of, the plastic casing around the hose is sort of sun bleached, but it should be pure black, really, this hose. It shouldn't have like this yellow tinge to it, but it could just be dirt. Anyway, you raise the headlight hood, turn the belt lifter till the belt off, arrows line up, and remove the nozzle. And you hook the lugs on the attaching end of the hose onto the attaching bar, and pivot it up, and lock it on, and lower the headlight. And that will automatically adjust to high speed hose operation. So I'll just quickly show you what the suction's like. So there you have it. I've got bits of fibres in my mouth now because I had to pull that brush off the crevice tool with my teeth, because obviously I don't have a hand free to do that. But anyway, there it is anyway. Kirby Heritage 2 Legend. So, very nice machine. I think they're a lot nicer to use than the G series Kirby's, but you might not think so. But anyway, there it is. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you've been able to stick with me for this half an hour long video now. But anyway, thanks for watching.